Alright, we're back and we're just going to give our final thoughts on the KD7. We're going to start off with the traction. This year's model features multiple dense stick grooves and they really allow you to stick to the ground when you're planting your foot, trying to change direction and explode to the basket. I mean, I was playing in these shoes for hours and I didn't really wipe, and the traction was pretty good. It still kept me, I had no slippages at all, no complaints. Yeah, the traction is really durable. I mean, I was playing outside, playing in the gym for hours and it didn't really give way and I didn't really wipe, so it's a really good sign. I mean, look, pretty much as from when I got them really. Next, onto the Flywire. Nike's perfectly implemented Flywire into this year's KD7 model. We can see the Flywire here on the outside of the shoe. It also keeps the inside of your shoe locked down. I mean, I'm a really big fan of Flywire. I mean, it keeps you locked down at all times. It's been perfectly implemented into this year's KD model. The best feature of the Flywire would be the fact that it's really durable. I mean, it's segmented in between two separate layers of material. I mean, I can't remember whether it was the old LeBron model or an old Hyperdunk model, but the Hyperdunk, I mean, the Flywire was exposed and it was protruding, and what that did was it reduced the life of the shoe because the friction caused between your foot and the Flywire would constantly weaken it, and then it would end up popping or snapping or whatever you want to say. But the Flywire in this year's model, minimalistic friction caused and it's really durable. Nike Zoom has been implemented into this year's KD model to provide shock absorption and impact protection. I must say it is really effective. I was jumping, vertical sergeant jumping and hanging onto the rim, and I mean, I felt no pressure at all on my knees and I landed smack bang on my heel, so it's a good sign. The cushioning in the midsole is also really responsive. I mean, the shoe's responsive upon takeoffs and on landings it's really comfortable. There's also been breathable mesh implemented into this year's KD7 model. I mean, as you can see here, it takes the shape of your shoe really well, and it's really lightweight, but the Flywire keeps you locked down at all times. For those who value ventilation while you're playing ball, I mean, the KD7 keeps you dry pretty much all the time. The padded tongue here prevents any irritation from laces, but airflow will still reach through. The breathable mesh will also keep you good there. But remember, your choice in socks will also have a big impact on how dry your feet are at all times. Another great feature of the shoe would be the heel lockdown and the ankle support. I mean, it's there. The heel counter does its job, does it really well. I felt like I was locked down at all times. But I think the most subtle and probably one of the best details of the shoe will be this padded Achilles heel cushion right here. I mean, what it really does is it doesn't restrict your range of movement of the Achilles, and it allows your foot to maintain the natural range of motion. Alright, now this is an example. So this is the natural movement of a person's foot. So your Achilles would start to rotate over and then you'd get a nice curved motion. But this is what this pillow allows you to do, because if say a circular counter was put here and to simulate the protection going all the way around up to the Achilles, what it would do it would result in your foot not being able to put any pressure onto the Achilles, so it'd have no space to rotate over, so neither would your foot, which would just result in a 1-2 type movement. And if there's anything that a shoe really could provide, it's the natural continuation of a person's foot. This shoe really does allow you to kind of feel like the sense of weightlessness. I mean, that's really a good sign of any shoe. I mean, I was playing for hours with this shoe and it felt like I was completely barefoot. Not barefoot, I just had a sense of weightlessness. I mean, the impact protection is there, it does its job, does it really well. I mean, it just feels like you're not wearing anything, and that's a good sign for any basketball shoe you purchase. The one complaint that I'd have about this shoe, and it's not really a knock against the shoe, I mean, it's just a personal preference. I mean, I had this strap done all the way tight. I mean, I didn't feel like it actually gave me any sense of protection or any relief or any real lockdown. I just felt like it was a fashion statement and Nike gave it to KD because he likes the shoe with the strap on. But overall, I mean, this shoe is really great. It's on sale everywhere now, pretty much everywhere you look, because KD8's out. But it's a really good shoe. We have a 2-tier rating system, so on 1, we're going to give it just a nice little mark, grade out of 10. So I reckon the KD will probably get an 8. I mean, the only problem I really had about this shoe was the strap, and that's just a personal preference. Our second tier rating system would be if it's completely crap, it doesn't really do anything on a basketball court, then it will just stay in the box. If it does perform some functions on a basketball court, then we can use it for everyday use. I mean, drills, just all around training, going to the gym. And then if this shoe is just utter perfection and it does its job, does everything that I advertised, then we'd say that it'd have to be an X Games shoe. And this, it'd probably have to be an X Games shoe, guys. I mean, if you have this shoe or you're thinking about getting this shoe, you really do need this in your rotation. I mean, it performs every function to satisfaction. I mean, overall, I think this is one of the best performers on the market. So, for all-around play, I mean, for a big man, the impact protection is there. It's really responsive upon takeoffs, and really the cushioning is really good on landings. A guard would love the lockdown and the really aggressive traction pattern on the bottom. To be honest, I think this is one of the best traction patterns that I've ever played with. It's either this or the CP37. But overall, guys, you have to get this shoe.